So welcome everyone to Pet Helper's 16th annual 50 Shades of Fur Fall Gala, our first virtual event. And this is what it's all about. This little girl sitting next to me. Things are different this year. Obviously, we're not having our in-place event, but we hope you're all live streaming and watching this as we tell you this is why we need you here to support us this year. Let's not forget that it's the passion and love of all of the staff at Pet Helpers that make a difference for dogs like this little girl. She came to us, dropped off, we believe, out of a car, a senior little girl. Now with us, needing some medical. Again, that's why we're here, and that's why we need you to be here. Your community leaders, our volunteers, our donors, all of those out there of you that are hopefully celebrating with us tonight as we have this awesome auction going on. Over 100 items that you can be bidding on, our 50-50 cash raffle. This is the community work that we do to help our animals, and we need you, the community, there for us now. So I'd like to thank especially our sponsors. Our auction sponsor, Charleston Veterinary Medical Referral Center. Our entertainment sponsor, Low Country Dog Magazine. Our bronze sponsors, Dugan Law Firm, Tito's Handmade Vodka. They're great to have as sponsors, I'll tell you. Our Friends of Pet Helper sponsors, Blackbaud and IDEX Lab. Our additional sponsors, Charleston County Parks and Recreation, Merrick Animal Health, MWI Animal Health, and Pet Vet in Mount Pleasant. There are other sponsors on a lower level, but it's all of you together that help make this happen, and especially these lead sponsors for us tonight. So we need you to be there for us tonight as we proceed with our fun-filled event with this little baby representing why, in part, you're there for us. As we begin our incredible fun event tonight, we're going to have music from the Shaken Martinis on Folly Beach. Lauren Hall will be singing. Aside from that, we have incredible auction items. We have the diamond jewelry from Skatel's, a genuine custom-made necklace. The Woodhouse Spa for 8 people. We have artwork, we have dinners, we have beach getaways. We have some trips out of the country. So folks, go shop and buy while you can and bid high, because every dollar you spend, you're saving a life. And that is what we're all about tonight. So everybody watching, please remember tonight, every dollar you give tonight is going to save a life or help us save a life. We can't be there for them unless you are there for us. So please dig deep, help all you can, support all you can. This has been an incredibly hard year, not only for us, but for many in the community, and we understand that. But please also know that our animals need us. The needs have been greater this year, and we've never closed our doors one day this year. We have stayed open 7 days a week, taking in everything and anything that needed help, and there's been a lot of that needed this year. So please, we can't be there for them if you aren't there for us. Donate and give and be there. Thank you so much for every one of you and your help for us tonight.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Carol, and thank you to everyone who is watching this evening. Welcome to Pet Helper's 16th annual Fur Ball, 50 Shades of Fur. Now, as Carol said, normally we're doing this in person at our favorite venue, the Charleston Marriott, but this year has made us all take a step back and make some changes to the way that we do things. So we're here at Fox Studios in North Charleston, live streaming and carrying on our tradition in a new way. You just heard some of the music from the Shaken Martinis, who donated their time and talents, and we'll have something special from local artists Lauren Hall and Mac McKelkin coming up a little bit later. We have some special furry guests, amazing auction items, and we'll be announcing the grand prize winner of the 50-50 raffle. Get this, 105 tickets were sold, raising $10,500 to be split between the winner and Pet Helpers. Wow, $5,250, a prize. Make sure that you have your ticket stubs ready, because that announcement will be coming up just a little bit later. Now, Pet Helpers has made some changes this year, but we are still compassionate, dedicated organization. when it comes to helping animals. Year after year, I've enjoyed hosting this annual event and seeing our community come together for the good of the animals, for the good of those animals who rely on us to make sure that we keep them and are kept safe, healthy, and loved. I truly enjoy hearing those happy tales and seeing the smiling faces of cats and dogs who have a second chance thanks to the good work that Pet Helpers does. And who better to tell us a little bit more about this work than Pet Helpers Executive Director, Melissa Susko. And Melissa is joining us tonight with the cutest of all puppies.
Thank you so much, Tom. Yes, this is Guinness, one of our adorable little puppies who is available for adoption after this evening. We are so excited for tonight's program, and I cannot tell you how proud I am to share all of the wonderful things Pet Helpers has accomplished this year with the help of our supporters in spite of the pandemic and all of its challenges.
I can imagine, I know many are aware of how just significant an impact the pandemic has had on nonprofit organizations. Can you tell us a little bit about how you were affected?
Yes. And we are so truly grateful for our donors and supporters who helped us continue to operate during the shutdown. Pet Helpers, our mission first and foremost is to care for our animals no matter what. So when the first shutdowns happened, we had to reduce our staff by almost 50% so that we had only critical animal care employees and administrative only. We had to stop all of our volunteer work, which was so hard because not only do we love our volunteers, but they provide so much enrichment for the animals and support for our daily operations. But keeping everyone healthy and safe, including our animals, is our top priority.
Wow, we're talking 50% reduced staff. How many animals were you taking care of?
Yes, our staff is incredible, and they really put in the effort to maintain the high level of care that Pet Helpers provides our cats and dogs. At any given day, we have between 100 and 150 animals in our care, between those who live at the shelter and those who are living in foster homes. Even though our foster animals are not at the shelter, we do provide our foster families with everything they need: food, toys, bedding, bowl, medicine, anything that our own pets need.
Now that's true dedication. Did a lot of these animals get adopted?
Yes, throughout the pandemic, more than 625 animals were adopted this year overall. We have had nearly 800 adoptions. Of course, we also have taken in a little over 900 animals this year, but this is what we do, and we do it no matter what. Pet Helpers does not have the option to close its doors. Caring for the animals in our shelter and in our community is our mission. And speaking of the animals in our community, our low-cost spay-neuter clinic has continued to operate throughout the pandemic, with completing 2,100 spay and neuter surgeries and nearly 5,000 vaccines and microchips. So even though this year has proved more challenging than most, we continue our life-saving work.
And you do it so well. Now tell us more about what other accomplishments Pet Helpers has done in 2020.
Staying open for the community is one of our biggest accomplishments. We've been able to continue community programs like Unchained Charleston, where we build fences and enclosures for the Low Country's most vulnerable dogs. So far this year, we have built new enclosures servicing 12 dogs and continue to maintain more than 40 enclosures altogether across the Low Country, caring for the almost 80 dogs in the Unchained program. A lot of people don't realize that Unchained Charleston is a Pet Helpers program, and we make a commitment to the dog for its lifetime. Our Pet Helpers Pet Food Bank was also busy serving the community this year. During the pandemic, we distributed about 3 times as much pet food as we normally do. This program made a significant difference in the lives of pets and people. We are so grateful for our community's support of this program. Our Trap Neuter Release program continued, and we provided spay and neuter surgeries for more than 500 community cats. Our team also did a project on Soligree. Shelter staff worked with a member of the community to trap more than 25 cats. Pet Helper staff was able to spay and neuter many cats and re-release them, providing medical care. Over the summer, we also hosted our first ever Junior Pet Helpers virtual camp. That was so much fun for our staff and for the kids.
A virtual kids camp?
Yes, it was really informative and gave the kids a look into what we do at the animal shelter. It did cover a variety of topics, from cats and dogs to marine life, farm animals, and wildlife. Each day was something different, and the kids received a camper kit with supplies, activities. It was fun. But one of the things I am personally most proud of is Levi's legacy.
I remember when you launched Levi's Legacy. It's named after your pit bull named Levi, who passed away earlier this year. And in a new program for other pets owners, is that right?
Yes, Tom. And Levi, he was our breed ambassador, shelter greeter, office dog. He was amazing. Levi's Legacy is a program that provides small grants to pet owners who need to seek emergency veterinary care for their animals. Sometimes people may look good on paper, but that doesn't mean they are prepared for or have the finances for an emergency vet visit. I went through a lot with Levi, and I know what it feels like to be in that position. So we created this program to really give back to the community who love their pets and who we know truly need it, especially during the pandemic. No animal should suffer because of a lack of resources for care. With Levi's Legacy, Pet Helpers is truly able to continue our life-saving mission beyond the walls of our shelter and beyond the animals directly in our care.
Wow, that's just incredible and incredibly meaningful. Have you helped a lot of animals through that program?
We have helped quite a few so far, and their families are so grateful. It helps keep their pets in their home as well, so everyone wins.
Yes, that is a win for everyone. For everyone who is watching tonight, you can certainly help Pet Helpers continue their mission of helping their animals and those in the community. You can donate directly to Shelter a Pet or bid on one of the awesome auction items right here on HandBid. Make sure you get your bids in before the auction closes at 9 o'clock. Again, the auction closes at 9 o'clock. Now we have a furry special guest in the studio who may steal the show from me, but I'm so happy to introduce Pet Helpers on St. Helena, accompanied by Judy Oswald, Pet Helpers Shelter Manager.
Hi Tom, we're so happy to be here tonight.
We are happy that you could join us. Now tell us about St. Helena. She looks just like an absolute sweetheart.
She's one of the sweetest, most gentle dogs I've ever met. A couple that lives locally has a second property mid-state, which is surrounded by hunting lodges. When they arrived at the property, they discovered St. Helena injured, scared, and hungry. It appeared that her paw had been caught in a hunting snare or some type of wiring. After checking the camera, they realized she had been like that for 8 days.
Wow, 8 days?
Yes, 8 days. She's such a strong girl. They loaded her in the truck and brought her straight to Pet Helpers. Our veterinary team examined her and noted her paw was severely infected, swollen, and very painful, but we would try to save it from amputation. With daily care and treatment, she's getting better every day.
Wow, what an incredible story. What does her treatment look like?
Well, radiographs ruled out any breaks or fractures, so we started daily hydrotherapy, honey wound drops, antibiotic, pain meds, and laser treatments. All of this is possible because of Shelter a Pet. We are so grateful for these donations, and so is St. Helena.
That is truly remarkable. Don't forget, for our viewers, you can contribute to the care of an animal by donating to Pet Helpers today, tonight. We have an update from one of our Pet Helpers alumni who was successfully treated for his injuries with the help of all of you. That's Hawk. You may remember Hawk from earlier this year. He was found on the side of the road after being hit by a car. You'll never believe what he looks like now.
I was a volunteer here at Pet Helpers, and I came in one day and I saw him hanging out in Judy's office. So I went in to say hello, and it was love at first sight. Back in the beginning of the year, a Good Samaritan found Hawk in a ditch somewhere upstate. So she stopped her car and went out to check on him, and he was in the ditch, unable to use his back legs with a open wound down the entire back side of him, and so he ultimately wound up here at Pet Helpers to get the proper care. And he had a spinal injury, so he needed to go to foster for some time, just for some much needed rest to allow him to heal. So he wound up at my house, and we had him in a little confined area where he spent about 6 weeks. The only time he was able to get out and about was when he needed to use the restroom, and we used a sling underneath his back legs to assist him in walking. So he spent 6 weeks just kind of healing and recovering. And then when it came time to bring him back, I kind of decided that he was where he was supposed to be all along. He has always been a very, very gregarious, easy to get along with, just loves all dogs, loves all people, likes to be the center of attention. I have a little bit of an older dog at home, so he likes to give her a hard time with playing with her. She can be grumpy sometimes, but he lets that roll off his back. But I don't think he's really met a two-legged or a four-legged that he hasn't gotten along with. Well, like I said, when Hawk first came to me in foster care, he really had limited mobility in his back legs, and he really was unable to basically stand up on his back legs. And when he laid down, because of the weakness, the muscular weakness, his back legs would kind of kick out behind him, almost frog style. So he did need some assistance to stand, and as I said, some assistance walking with the sling. And after that 6-week rest period, we were allowed to start doing short walks, but nothing slowed him down after that. I mean, he was ready to go. He still was showing, some weakness in those back legs, but as time went on and we increased the length of our walks, he ultimately was able to run and play, and now there's no stopping him. I mean, he likes to chase tennis balls and play tug of war and go to the beach, and we are going for 3-4 mile hikes, and nothing really slows him down. He still kind of kicks his back legs out. He still has some some residual weakness, but it really doesn't hamper him at all. It's like he was never injured to start with. He's very resilient. Thank goodness that Pet Helpers was here to help Hawk, and they help thousands of animals every year. And without shelters such as Pet Helpers, these animals would be left to their own devices and wouldn't be able to get the love and attention and the healing that they so desperately need, and ultimately find a loving home. So we ask that you give support to Pet Helpers, just so they can continue the amazing work that they do.
He really looks wonderful. What does treatment look like for a dog like Hawk?
He's such an awesome boy. He was living in my office when Sean first met him, and it truly was love at first sight. Frequent check-ins with a neurologist, a CT scan, and managed medication series really set in motion the path to his healing. It is truly amazing to see how far he's come.
What a fantastic transformation.
Excuse me, Tom. Don't mean to interrupt, but I was told a furball was going on here tonight. Well, I was a bit confused at first because I figured I would be a shoo-in to host. You see, I was the host with the most at the Junior Pet Helpers virtual camp, and I knew I would be first in line, but then they went and picked you, Tom, instead.
Oh, you must be Gomez. I've heard about you, and you were the cool cat at camp. I am the host of tonight's Furball. I've hosted the Furball for a number of years, but that is a nice tuxedo you have on.
Well, that's nice of you to apologize, but I'll have to speak with someone up top about this. In the meantime, I am so happy to introduce our next guest, Princess Leia, Princess of Cats, and Her Royal Highness of Pet Helpers Rainbow Row. Carol Linville is joining the princess to share her story, and I must say, Princess Leia's story should be heard far and wide, as she was suffering and Pet Helpers came to the rescue just to save her, same as they saved me.
Can I just say that Gomez is a great virtual host, and we just love him in his tuxedo. So, we have to talk about the best cats, and Princess Leia here, who's doing wonderful now, was found at the front door of our shelter in a carrier, dehydrated, starving, unable to eat. Her fur looked terrible. And we brought her in, and after discovering that with a good medical exam, her mouth was massively infected with a stomatitis infection, which is really bad, and especially for Leah. She went to a dental specialist, and we did over $3,400 worth of work on her little mouth. And that's what we do. And in cleaning up her teeth, we removed every tooth. She is now our toothless wonder, but her fur is shiny, she's gaining weight, she's the happiest girl. You can tell that she's now waiting for her best forever home. But that's what we're all about. Taking animals like Princess Leia that come to our door, and we never turn them away, and no amount of money is going to stop us from giving them the very best of care. Veterinary bills, love, TLC at this shelter, 7 days a week. And that's why Princess Leia sits here today, our incredible little girl waiting for a lap now to love and be loved and have her forever best home. So stay tuned. The 50-50 cash drawing for that raffle will be held at the end of this event. You've got to stay on and watch and see who gets that 50% of all those tickets sold. Now, as we see why we are raising money to do what we do, St. Helena, Hawk, our beautiful little cat here, these are the reasons why we need your support. 43 years we have been saving animals. The first no-kill shelter in Charleston. We took everything that has come to our door where we had space for. They're held forever. We spend every dime we have to spend to get them well, fix broken legs, heal their broken bodies. Without you, we couldn't do this. You are the pet helper. You, the community, the donor, the volunteers, everyone in this community and the Low Country are the ones that help us be here for these babies. Throughout COVID, we never closed a day. We were open 7 days a week and continue to be, despite the financial challenges, which have been huge this year. So tonight, as you watch all these wonderful auction items come and go, and you better be bidding, you better be pulling those Visa cards out. Interest rates are low, so I want to see and hear you're spending money. And as well, know that you're helping save a life with every dollar you donate and give to Pet Helpers. Tax deductible as well. This is a virtual event, but we live the virtual reality every single day. And there's over 1,000 animals per year that come into us, up to 1,500 animals a year. We've saved over 50,000 animals that otherwise would not have had a chance at life, plus assisted many more through our clinic, through our daily shelter, through our staff and the hearts. But most importantly, every animal to us is like our own personal pet. And we need you to help us continue to do what we do. So before I hand you back over to Tom, I need you to remember Shelter a Pet is sponsoring a pet, be it a month, be it a year. I donated $1,000 to kick this off, but I'm asking every one of you out there to know that every dollar you donate will save a life. You are saving lives. So we need you to go to Shelter a Pet. Sponsor for a month at $100, sponsor for 6 months, sponsor for a year. But if you can't do that, $25, $50, or $100, it doesn't matter. It's critically needed, and especially now with our expenses running at $150,000 a month. We are not supported by any major cities or grants. We are supported by you, the donors, you, the community, you, our friends and volunteers. So please, you help us get there. We thank you from the bottom of our heart, because without you, we wouldn't be here for Princess Leia and all these other babies here tonight. So I'm going to put this back to Tom, and I'm going to see what Tom can do about digging a little deeper in your wallets to spend a little more money to help us continue doing what we do.
Thank you again, Carol. Take a look at this little fella. Wow. We know how many of you are struggling, and we cannot thank you enough for supporting in spite of that. But we're asking you tonight to please continue being the voice for the voiceless and support animals like Guinness here. through the Shelter a Pet Fund Drive. All donations given through Shelter a Pet are dedicated solely to the animals in Pet Helpers' care, the cats, dogs, hamsters, and sometimes even wildlife. These funds given ensure the Pet Helpers team can continue to save them, whether it means providing life-saving medical care, giving them a roof over their head, a belly full of food, or a second chance at being in a loving home. Shelter Pet has a goal tonight of raising $20,000, and that number seems large, but it can happen. We can make it happen. But it costs the shelter, get this, $160,000 a month to operate. From providing animal care to providing assistance in the community, every dollar you give can help make a world of difference. Tonight we're going to start at a high level and work our way down to a lower level. I'm talking tonight right now at the $1,500 level. $1,500 can help sponsor an animal for a year, including medical, dental, and preventive veterinary care, food and enrichment, and anything else a pet needs while looking for that forever home. At the $1,000 level, it can help provide complete medical care for animal, including heartworm treatment and dental care. As you heard, dental care is just as important to animals' health as it is to us humans. At our $500 level, it can help feed shelter pets for a month. It takes a lot of effort to make sure more than 150 animals are fed each and every day, and to make sure their food is nutritious to keep them healthy. And for the kittens and puppies, food is crucial to their growth and healthy adult pets. $250 level can provide basic medical care for a shelter animal, like vaccines, a spay or neuter surgery, or flea and tick prevention. Not only does this make a healthier animal, but it helps prepare them for adoption. At the $100 level, it can help spay or neuter a shelter pet. This stops them from reproducing and helps control animal overpopulation, helping our communities, and it helps these animals get adopted. At the $50 level, can help provide enrichment for a shelter pet, and they deserve it. Yes, they do. Toys, treats, games, and things that nature help shelter pets have a better experience while they are in a shelter, and can help them socialize and get their energy out while they are waiting to be adopted. And even at the $25 level, that can help a microchip a pet so that it can get them ready for adoption. Microchips literally save lives, ladies and gentlemen. It's a small thing, but a microchip can help make sure that a lost pet finds its way home or finds its way back to Pet Helpers in the case of an emergency. Every pet is microchipped before adoption. Your donation to Shelter a Pet, no matter how big, no matter how small, makes a tremendous difference in the lives of animals and in the community that Pet Helpers work so hard to serve. Please open your hearts and your wallets tonight. You can save the life by what you give. Before we get to the grand prize drawing and performance by Lauren Hall and Matt McKelkin, I just want to remind you that you can get those bids in. The auction closes promptly at 9 o'clock tonight, and you won't want to miss out on some of these amazing auction items. Coming up in just a few moments is an exclusive performance from Lauren Hall and Matt McKelkin, who were in the studio earlier today just recording for Furball. First is the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm going to announce the winner of the 50-50 raffle. There were a total of, get this, 105 tickets sold, bringing the total prize pot to $10,500, which means $5,250 for the winner and $5,250 for Pet Helpers. The number has been chosen at random, and the lucky winner is, here's the envelope. The lucky winner is Bonnie Milsner. That's Bonnie Milsner, number 06. Bonnie Milsner. Oh, that confetti. Congratulations to Bonnie. You got lucky number 6. You won an incredible grand prize of $5,250 and Pet Helpers in the rest. 5250. I'm sure the cats and dogs are hoping you'll pay some of that good luck forward. Congratulations on your winnings. Thank you so much for joining us at Pet Helper's 16th annual Fur Ball 50 Shades of Fur for our first ever virtual gala and auction. Remember, bidding is still open until 9 o'clock tonight, and your continued support, your continued help, make sure that those animals, the cats, the dogs, and sometimes the wildlife can really be taken care of. Pet Helpers to continue to save the lives of adopted animals and make a difference right here in our community. On the behalf of all of the cats and dogs who are benefiting from your generosity, thank you so much for being a pet helper. Now please enjoy some of the beautiful music and talents of Lauren Hall and Matt McClelkin.
Thank you, Tom. It's such an honor to be a part of this awesome event, and thank you to Pet Helpers for having us and for putting on this awesome event. My name is Lauren Hall. I've got my dad, Rick Hall, on percussion. We're going to play y'all a few songs, starting with my latest single. This is called Just Like I Knew. I hope y'all like it.
1, 2, 3.
That are on an EP that I'm releasing early next year. A few of these songs already came out. That last one is available anywhere y'all listen to music, so y'all be sure to go check it out. This next one is an unreleased song. It's called Ain't Gonna Lie. Hope y'all like it.
Hold your heart.
y'all. Thank you so much to Pet Helpers for having us on today for the Fur Ball. Such an honor to be a part of such an awesome event. I love animals and love being a part of stuff like this. So shout out to them for making this happen and for letting us be a part of it. This next song is a single I released earlier this year. We released a music video as well. So y'all be sure to check it out. It features a lot of local artists and actors and a lot of local places around Charleston. It's called Gone. If you guys haven't heard it, be sure to go check it out. My name is Lauren Hall. This is my dad, Rick Hall, and we've had so much fun with you guys. Hope y'all like this next one.
Hey, it's Matt McElkin. Good to be with you. This is my dog Melody. I got her at Pet Helpers about 8 years ago. Happy to be part of the Fur Ball. People say when you know, caught a glimpse of the future in your eyes. You're beautiful and rare like a precious stone. Skin to skin, your arms that feel like home. And I always hope to find you, my life-changing love. And there's one thing in my life that I won't question, 'cause you're worth the wait, worth the wait. I said, oh, you're worth the wait. And oh, you're worth the wait. And I see you standing by the water, You're worth the wait, worth the wait. I said, oh, you're worth the wait. And oh, you're worth the wait. From ups and downs and turnarounds and starting over. When life gets complicated, I'm so glad I'm waiting for you. And there's one thing in my life that I won't question. You're worth the wait, worth the wait. I said, oh, you're worth the wait. And oh, you're worth the wait. You put the beat back in my heart, and I'm just ready to start. And oh, you're worth the wait. And oh, you're worth the wait. Hey, I'm gonna do one more. The song's called Drive. Sitting on the couch and I'm from the channel. Reality TV's got me so far away. What happened to the old days of fiction? I pick up my keys and then I'll drift away. And I'll drive. And I'll just drive. Spin to that old dusty town. The bomb man gonna fill me up. City, what you doing out here on the road? Well, I could use just a little more love. And I'll drive. And I just drive. Down I 95, got Georgia on my mind. Well, it's the kind of time when the sun is through the sky, right? Are we gonna get there tonight? When we get there, will it feel this right? Are we gonna get there tonight? When we get there, will it feel this right? And I just drive. Whoa, my mind. Back when Elvis had his blue suede shoes, Johnny Cash hit the Folsom County Blues. Mommy can't taught me a thing about loving you. When all it's down, I'm singing loud, yeah. And I'll drive. And I just drive. Down on 95, I got Georgia on my mind. Well, it's the kind of time when the sun through the sky, right? Are we gonna get there tonight? When we get there, will it feel this right? Are we gonna get there tonight? When we get there, will it feel this right? And I just drive. If you hold my mind, hold my mind. Thank you so much. She's resting while we went to the beach today, so maybe I'll do one more, and this song's called Plans. And thanks again for tuning in. It's nice to be a part of the Furball. I think she's ready for her treat. And day's gonna turn to night. Plans don't always work out in time. Oh, loving you feels so right. Loving you feels so right. Here we go again. I'm running out of time now. We were the best of friends, with too much on our mind, and the plans we had and broke down. And it's always getting crowded. I'd like to shake it and take some back roads and pass us by. Hear my radio, and I hope they like the Stones. Well, lights are on, I'm headed west. We might never make it home. And day's gonna turn tonight. Plans don't always work out in time. Oh, loving you feels so right. Loving you feels so right. Oh, but it's summertime, and I'm looking at you tonight. We're strangers now, in a different light, and the plans we had on broken. This city's been getting lonely. I'd like to shake it and take some back roads, and people pass, their heads are down, they're staring at their phones. Lots of wrong, traffic jam, I think I'd rather be at home. And day's gonna turn tonight. Plans don't always work out in time. Oh, loving you feels so right. Loving you feels so right. Girl, it feels so. Doo-doo-doo-doo. 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 Oh, passers by, hear my radio, and I hope they like the Stones. Lights are on, I'm headed west. I might never make it home. And day's gonna turn tonight. Plans don't always work out in time. Oh, loving you feels so right. Loving you feels so right. Girl, it feels so. Melody sang along a little bit there. Thank you all for having me.
There is something for everyone, including your pets.